And when we get done, go ahead and round to the hundredths. Which is 2 decimal places. Remember that the most common error when using the formula is underneath what you get underneath the radical. So if you want to like private chat me once you get that number under the radical, and I can tell you if you have done everything correct so far. Any questions up to now? Any questions, guys?
Nope.
Let me know when you're done. Okay, so kind of concerned that it's taking this long. Any of you guys have answers yet?
I do, but I'm not sure if it's correct.
Okay, so go ahead and chat me those, private chat me those so I can give you some feedback. Okay, so let's look at this because I'm seeing people that have the right number under the radical. And my paper is frozen up, so I need to go back out, go back in, I'll be right back. Okay, I think I got everything back. Okay, so what I'm seeing is hopefully when you plug in all your numbers, first of all, let's go back. A equals 1, B equals 5, and C equals 5. And then putting all those values into the formula. X equals the opposite of B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4 times A times C all over 2 times A. Simplifying now, -5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 20 all over 2. X equals -5 plus or minus the square root of 5 divided by 2. So Anshul and Casey, you guys had the right number under the radical. Did you get this far?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I think is happening is when you put this into the calculator, you have to do the numerator first, then hit equals. So in my calculator, I'd be typing in -5 plus the square root of 5, equal sign, divide by 2. Because if not, what you're doing is you are actually doing -5 plus the square root of 5 halves.
Yeah, because I was doing it all together in one.
Yep, you got to hit that equal sign. That's the key. So you should have gotten -1.38 and -3.62 as your solutions. Do you guys get that after you retype?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay, Sam, how are you doing?
I got it.
Okay. Okay. You guys have any specific questions with the quadratic formula? Because today is just a review of the quadratic formula.
Not for me.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna give you a couple more problems. Is that okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll label this as number 2. Okay, so here's the 2 problems that I wrote down. If you want, go ahead and give me the number under the radical when you get there, so that I can give you some feedback on it. So Casey, did you actually get the value of 0?
Yeah, I did.
What did you get underneath the radical?
I didn't get that far yet.
Okay, so you got
I'm just like not sure if that's right. I don't think it is. So
so did you get the equation equal to 0 first?
yeah.
Okay, so you should have x squared minus 3x minus 3 equals 0.
No, I just got 0 equals 2x squared plus 3.
Remember, these aren't like terms. So this is a square, this is a quadratic term, this is a linear term, so you can't combine those.
Okay.
How are we doing, guys and gals?
Good.
Did you get any answers yet for number 2?
I'm almost done with 2.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay, any solutions yet for number 2? It can't be a negative number under the radical. I think I know exactly where your error is. Okay, so Casey and Sam, how close are you guys being done with number 2?
I keep messing up, and when I put the number in my calculator, it keeps saying it's not a number.
Are you getting a negative number under the radical?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you get a negative number under the radical, that's a red flag. Okay, you won't see negative numbers under the radical until you get into algebra 3-4. Okay, so hopefully you have your A, B, and your C correct. So X equals the opposite of B plus or minus square root of B squared minus 4 times A times C all over 2 times A. So where did I tell you your most common error is going to be?
By the -4 and
Yep, right here. This is where most people are going to screw up. Okay, so the opposite of a -3 is a +3 plus or minus the square root. Remember, once we square a negative number, it's going to be positive. So you should have gotten a positive 9. And then if you put all of this into your calculator, you're going to end up with a positive 12, not a negative 12. All over 2. So 3 plus or minus the square root of 21 divided by 2. And then you split it up and get your solutions.
Yeah, I did get 12, but I had it as negative 12.
This is, like I said, this is the most common place for error right there. So take everything all the way up to the squared and then put that in your calculator. So this ends up being a positive 12, so there's my positive 12. So you should get 3.79 and negative 0.79. Okay, we ready for the next one, or do you still have questions on that one?
I'm ready now.
I've put it in the calculator and I got 3.23.
Okay, so you have this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so tell me exactly what you're typing into your calculator, button for button.
3 plus, and then the radical button, and then 12.
12?
Yeah. Oh no, 21. Oh.
It happens to the best of us.
I forgot about that part.
Okay, did everybody else get the 3.79 and the negative 0.79?
Yeah.
I did.
Okay, so go ahead and work on number 3 then. How are you doing?
I messed up again.
Okay. What number did you get under the radical?
I got negative 129.
How did you get that?
Well, for my A, I got 4. B, I got -1. And my C, I got -8.
Oh, you have those switched. So if we look back at this, these be in descending order. We have to add 8x to both sides. 4x squared plus 8x minus 1 equals 0. And then from,
okay.
yeah, then from there you can do your A, B, and your C.
Okay.
Ancho and Sam, you doing okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, how are we doing?
Good.
Anybody want to know what number is under the radical?
Yeah, what's the number under the radical?
Should be 80. Did you get 48?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, do you see why?
Yeah, it's because I had a -1 for my C.
What, C is -1.
Hmm.
So when you, under the radical, you should see, let's see, 8 squared minus 4 times A times C. So you end up with the square root of 64, and then what does all of this give you?
I accidentally had a +4 instead of a -4.
But -4 is part of the formula. X equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.
I wrote my formula wrong.
Okay. Ancho, make sure you're rounding to the hundredths, which is 2 decimal places, but yes, you have those correct.
On the pre-assessment,
Mm-hmm.
if we don't round it to the hundred, would it be counted as a wrong answer?
No, we're not taking off for rounding. So that's why your work is so important.
Okay then.
Ancho, you want another one? Or you're free to go. It's up to you.
I wouldn't mind another one.
Okay. Let's see here. There you go. Casey or Sam, did you guys get final answers yet on number 3?
Yeah,
What did you get?
for like the 2 X's.
Yep.
I got negative 2.12 and 0.12.
Those are correct. Good. So we're just going to continue working on some practice problems. Maybe this will be the last practice problem, and then we'll just call it good. And then the next time we meet will be next Tuesday, and that will be the last time that we meet. So that's going to be a good time to come with any questions that you have over the 4 units that we've been working on.
Okay, also, I have a Spanish Zoom in 5 minutes, so I might have to leave a little early.
Oh, that's fine. Do you want me to private message you the answers to this one? So that you can do this on your own time?
That sounds good.
Okay, is this Sam or is this Casey?
Sam.
Okay, hold on a minute. Okay, so I just sent you that.
Okay. All right. See you Tuesday then.
Okay, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Bye.
When subtracting the 24, would I subtract it with the negative 5x?
No, because they are not like terms. So remember, in order to combine like terms, they both have to have that x.
Mm-hmm.
So if you subtract 24 on both sides, you still need to keep it in descending order. So your negative 5x would go first because that's the linear term. And then your constant would be last. Your number is always last.
Okay, yeah.
In case you got the correct answers to number 3. Anshul, that's correct. So Anshul, you're free to go if you'd like.
Yeah, I might go. I have to do some other stuff for other classes too.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
See you on Tuesday. Have a good weekend.
You too.